Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Podcast. I am your host, Darren Lee.
You like that?
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Podcast. I'm the host.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad. I gotta start this over. Yeah, you did. You was like, nigga, look at me. Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Podcast. Tonight, me and Alicia gonna talk about us.
What about us?
Well, for everybody who don't know, well, y'all probably picked it up from the first episode. Me and Alicia are together.
In terms of what? You got to be very specific
woman.
these days.
What you mean? You my woman. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Okay, good. Yeah, like you have to be very specific for people these days.
You my woman.
All right. How did we meet?
Same where everybody else meet. Instagram. You had made a post about divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And I slid them DM.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was that's a big thing too, because a lot of people think that we've been talking or knowing each other before I got divorced.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah. So this was about 3 weeks after I filed for divorce. I posted this thing on my story about navigating divorce and how hard divorce is, and when people don't really understand, like, because the people around you have never been through divorce and stuff like that. And you commented on it.
Yeah, because I was able to relate. Because that was when I was going through my separation, working to get my divorce done. And yeah, I was able to relate. So I was just like, well, this is interesting. So like, let me talk to her, see if I could be a listening ear for her, and maybe you can help me as well.
And I honestly didn't think that you were genuine about being a listening ear.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you just saying like you trying to flirt, but you trying to do it in a polite way, in a respectful way.
I really ain't want you.
Yeah. You gotta stop saying that. You can't say it like that. That sounds harsh when you say it like that.
But I didn't want
just
you
say,
though. I really
say you weren't looking for a relationship then.
I didn't want you. I was strictly like, all right, friendship. And then that's when I gave you a book to read.
Yeah.
Divorce Poison.
It's a good book too.
Yeah,
a good recommendation.
Like I said, I was like, I know how tough going through a separation and divorce can be, because I was going through it too. So I was like, whatever you need, I'm willing to answer. Yeah, I gave you a book to read called Divorce Poison. And I was just willing to help.
I feel like I got a yawn. I'm tired now. But I think the conversation though, like from day one, was just different. Like that's what kind of intrigued me, was the fact that like we had actual conversations.
Yeah.
Like to the point where we were up till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning on the phone, like just running it.
Yeah, not go to sleep on you. You talk too much.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because most nights you was running it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think, and I feel like that was a lot of the reason why I was so like I didn't want to meet you in person.
Yeah, because you gave me a hard time about that.
Yeah.
Like you waited like almost a month. Well, not really a month, like a few weeks before you was like, because I was like, all right, we're sitting there talking on the phone. We could sit down, talk in person, chat. And you was like, nah.
I was not having it. Because like I was like newly single. I was having fun being outside. Like I wasn't really looking for anything serious.
But
and I felt
either.
like,
How long that lived?
why do you keep asking that? That lasted a few months.
Oh,
actually. Yeah. So because you're asking me in different contexts now, right? So
I think you're talking about after you met me.
yeah, after I met you, that changed. I would say like a few months after. After we met in person, I was like, okay, I'm open to it. Because before it was just like, I'm not really looking for anything just because I didn't feel like I was ready for anything. I felt like there was so much going on just with my separation and my divorce and all that stuff. And then like my kids, I was really worried about my kids.
Yeah.
So that was a big like hindrance because it was like you can't really jump into that because you can't fully commit to it. Mm-hmm. But I think I would say a few months after I met you, I started like my mindset started changing. Like I would be open to it. Like if your mindset ever changed, like I would be like, okay.
But your mindset changed before mine did.
Yeah.
I was not rolling with that at all. Mm-mm. And it showed. Mm-hmm. Because that's how a lot of our situations happen because of where my mental was when it came to us. I just wasn't there. Mm-hmm. I was strictly friendship. And then, but that what led to our growth as us because me being honest with you the way I was, that's started the whole foundation about me being more vulnerable with you than I've been with anybody because of all the chaos that I was going through, and I was still able to tell you. So that made me be more safe because I know if I'm telling you I'm running the street doing this and your reactions are different than what I'm used to, that made me safe.
I would say it's kind of the same thing for me. I felt a little bit more safe every time I leaned on you for emotional support and you were there, or every time I had to go through something hard or I was telling you something that like nobody else ever knew. Mm-hmm. And like you took it in confidence and I never heard about it.
Yeah.
I was never judged for it. You never tried to throw it back in my face like when we got into arguments or we had disagreements. And so I felt like you really took my secrets and you held them for me.
And like I said, it's the exact same thing because when we get in an argument, you wasn't coming back, throwing it in my face or try to down me just to lift yourself up. So that's made me be more at peace with the whole decision and the side factor of what go on with me and you. But that wasn't how it was in the beginning because my mind wasn't, oh, Alicia's it. Because I gave you a hard time because of where my mind was and what I was looking for. Me not taking things serious with you. And that's what caused a lot of things that happened in our whole leading up to us being together.
Yeah. And I think that also allowed us space and opportunity to grow our friendship. So because you really wanted to take your time and it wasn't something that you were jumping into, it allowed us to grow and really become friends. Like we really stretched that time out.
Yeah, I gave you a hard time with that. But I wasn't going to do it unless I really was ready. And I knew I was ready and was going to take it serious. Because, like, I never been, like, this fully committed ever.
To anything?
No.
Why?
Because I never had confidence in it. I have every bit of confidence in you. Everything that comes with you from learning and, like I said, our friendship. Just from me learning you and understanding you and knowing everything about you, like, that just made me love you even more. Because, you know, people be scared to let people know who they are because they want to portray an image for somebody to be with them. But that wasn't us. We was like, look, I'm tore up. You tore up.
We both tore up. We got to fix this. We need a game plans. We got to fix this. And we got to grow and become better. Or this just not going to work for either one of us. But I also think that it was also the fact that we didn't put pressure on internal relationship either. Like we were putting the pressure on each other to be better people,
Right.
Not like, oh, I need you to be boyfriend material or I need you to be girlfriend material. For me. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
It was like, you know, what you're doing is not conducive to living a higher powered life. It's just not. Like it's the things that you're doing, it doesn't equate to who you are as a person. And I think that was the hardest part for me when we speak about like our friendship journey, just having to stand back and watch you ruin yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that for me was very, very hard because it made me have internal conflict. Like, do you really only want to be his friend, or do you want more, but you're just saying that you don't want more? Because I couldn't just
That's how you was though.
Yeah, but like I couldn't just sit back.
Won that switch before mine did.
Yeah.
You wanted me early.
I did, but I wasn't about to force you though.
Yeah, of course. And that's how you got me, by you not forcing me. The fact you really sit back and you, like you told me before, like I know why you dealt with a lot of things you dealt with me. And you didn't force me to be with you. That's what made me want to be with you. Because people always try to force you to be with them. Because I think it'd be like that when people know it's not right. Like I know I'm too up, so I'm going to try to be the best I can be. You ain't going to leave me alone, so we got to be together now.
Yeah. And it's like, I can also say that if I were to force you, it just would have ruined it. Because you wouldn't have been ready to make the change. And I needed you to make the change for you, not for me. Or not because I was forcing you to make a change.
And it was a whole different me. Because like I always used to give you a glimpse of me. And then I'd be like, nah, I can't be doing it. I'm doing too much.
Oh, that was your favorite line.
Yeah.
I can't be doing this. I'm doing too much.
I can't be doing that. It's doing too much.
All the time. And I'm like, what does that mean? Why do you keep saying that?
But that's me still showing you me. And you see that now. Like, I love cooking for you. You smiling hard.
Well, I'm just thinking about the other day.
But yeah, that's what I do.
I love that though. Like that's really how I feel like you show love. Like really what acts of service, like the things that you can do for me. And you show me that you love me through those ways.
And it's just effortless.
Because it's just you.
Yeah. That's why it's easy to love you. You make it easy for me.
Really?
Yeah. You say, like, you be thinking it's because you're a crybaby, like that be bothering me, but I know you just you.
I cry a lot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Shut up. But I feel like through developing our friendship and it becoming a relationship, we did face obstacles that also tested the strength of our relationship. You can talk about it?
Which one? I mean, they did have a situation where you thought something happened that didn't. And then it was like how you handled it and how you took it. It was just like you upset and heard about it, but you didn't bring that emotion to me. And then once I seen that, I was like, yeah, this is it right here. Because I always dealt with people who couldn't control their emotions. And then they'll bring it towards me, but you kept all that to yourself. Even though you say you didn't, you did.
Because I didn't feel like I did. I had like a full-on meltdown.
Yeah, but like I said, you kept that meltdown just to you. You didn't have a meltdown and brought it to me and made things worse. But that made me see you and be like, yeah, I got to make sure she always comfortable. And let you know that that wasn't the case. It made sure that you knew that. Because from day one, I was honest with you. All the time, no matter what it was.
Yes.
No matter how much, I was like, oh, Lord, this girl don't really want me to answer this. I still would tell you.
Well, a lot of times I used to be like, why he didn't just lie?
Yeah, because women like men to lie to them. Period. They want us to lie. And then when we lie, it make it seem like we're the worst dudes in the world.
Because the stuff that y'all be doing don't be making no sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, you want the truth and you want me to lie.
I also feel like for me, the fear of just feeling like I didn't deserve to be loved or I wasn't worthy of being loved was hard for me to get over too. Going through divorce and separation and feeling like I may have left that situation prematurely or feeling like I wasn't serving my kids by leaving made me feel like I was never gonna find somebody worth being with, or I wasn't gonna ever get to be happy.
That's because that's what people tell you too.
Yeah.
But that was my main thing for leaving though. Just me wanting my sons to see a successful marriage. See how you really supposed to love a woman. You don't need to be seeing me walk inside, your mama walk inside, we mugging each other, we terrible, like I'm drinking every day and all. Like, nah, that ain't what you need to see. You need to see me really come inside and showing love. And this how it's gonna be.
Yeah. I think for me that was the biggest thing that pushed me out the door too, my girls.
Yeah.
Like having them see that it is possible to leave and start over. And I was prepared for that to even be like me just leaving and being by myself. I was still gonna show them that it's okay to leave. Like if a situation is not serving you, or you're not happy, or you feel like your needs aren't being met, it's okay to leave. Even if that means being by yourself. Like it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's not the biggest failure of your life just because you chose to divorce. Because if it doesn't work out, like I'd much rather you come home than you stay in a toxic situation and you end up hurt or killed, or anything could happen. Get bad. So I think that was a big thing for me too, just realizing that I didn't want to be one of those parents that's like, do as I say, not as I do type thing. Like I really wanted to lead by example. Yeah. And so I really wanted to show them that it was possible, because I want them to understand that we're not always going to get it right. Yeah. You're going to mess up, but it's about how you fix the mistakes that you make.
But that's one of the biggest lie that people tell though. The fact of, oh, well, I stayed for the kids. But you staying for the kids, that make things worse, because if you're not happy, all you're doing is traumatizing your children.
Yeah, and they grow up in a miserable house.
Exactly. And then you miserable, your spouse miserable, then you think the kid's not going to be miserable? Yeah. Like that's what's going to happen.
And then get a false sense of what's real or what's expected. What is a true healthy relationship dynamic? They won't see it. You're robbing them of it by staying for them, and all you're doing is hurting them more. Exactly. If you do.
But that was the whole reason why I left. Yeah, because I knew that where I was at, it wasn't gonna get it, and I didn't just want to. Like a lot of people just think, oh, because you're getting divorced, you just want to be single. That wasn't the case. I got a divorce because I still want to and still desire to be married and have a successful marriage. That's why I left. If I didn't want that, I would just stay.
But you want a true happy marriage.
Right. Because a lot of people, they stay married and the fact they don't feel right miserable, they get to doing things like single people do. All because they really not happy being married and where they at. I wasn't doing that. I was gonna be like, look, I gotta go.
I gotta go. That's it. Just gotta leave. It's just not working for me no more.
Because at the end of the day, we're not friends. You made that known. You're not my friend. You're making it known now. You're not my friend. So that's the setup for the failed marriage right there. Because if we're not friends, we don't have nothing. Nope. You supposed to be the only person I come to. You were my only friend in my life. You know everything about me that nobody else knows. You ain't gonna use nothing I tell you against me. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it should be.
Exactly. But a lot of people marry the people they're not like that with.
That's true. A lot of people feel like they have to hide parts of themselves because either it's gonna make them less desirable, or people are really gonna see them for who they really are and then not want to be with them.
But that's why you let that out. You show the toe up you. You know the toe up me. And then some. For real. You know, toe up me. Yeah. And then some. I was down and out. And you know all that. And why. And
I can say that you know the same things about me too, though.
Right, exactly.
Like, you know all my faults, all my flaws. that you make seem very, very small that are very big to me.
Yeah, they small. Ain't
nothing. But they have a moment. But I feel like for me, safety was a big thing. And you allowing me, or you giving me safety, emotional safety, you allow me to be emotionally myself. You allow me to be a woman and cry and be soft and be vulnerable. And you gravitated to those things. It wasn't like it was annoying for you that I cried so much, or that I was so emotional, or things were big to me that were small to you and it aggravated you.
Yeah.
And just also like sharing secrets with you that like nobody knows about me, and you knowing those things and wanting to love me more, or wanting to make sure that you didn't contribute to the same hurt that I've had before.
Yeah, you giving me your story and who you are that made me love you more. And it had me be like, yeah, I can't hurt her. I know her story. I know what she's been through. I can't be the one to do that too.
I think there's always a 50-50 chance, like, with women too, because we're always told like you're not ever supposed to go into a new relationship saying what happened in the last relationship, because then the man could like potentially not love you or not rise up to love you more.
Or they turn into the same person. I heard that too. Because people do say that. But when you think about it, who's the people that say that?
The people who do that. Yeah.
Right. Because they just show you how they are. That don't mean that that's really how it is. And then when you tell your story to the right person, then what happens? It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
But they don't do that because they're scared.
But I feel like that should be something that we're all challenged to do. Like when dating, we should be completely bare and be vulnerable, because that's the only way that you're truly going to find your person.
Yeah.
If you are yourself and you show up as yourself and you take off everything, I'm giving you the real, the raw, everything, and it scares you away, you're not my person. And that's okay, because it's just another opportunity for me to find my person. But if I show up as myself and I give you all of me and you love it, then I found something that I probably wouldn't have found if I just stood closed off.
Yeah. Because the fact that everybody do that, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna say 80% of people never go into relationships as them. They go as the image version of them and then try to add a little bit of it in there. But at the same time, it takes a long time for you to get there, so you're still not showing the complete you. And that's when the other person finds out, and then that's when it be chaotic.
Because you're being inconsistent.
Exactly. And then you sitting here portraying an image of who you really not.
And you can't uphold it.
And like, I didn't come in this trying to be, oh, you gotta pick me. But that's how desperate people do, though.
It gets so messy sometimes.
What?
You be getting messy.
I just be telling the truth. You talking about being messy? I'm just being honest. Because desperate people make people pick them.
Yeah, they try to force it, but ultimately they still don't get picked.
Yeah, because people catch on to the lies.
Yeah. But I think that was I lost my train of thought. I lost what I was about to say.
What?
I don't know. I lost it. It was there, but then it just went.
You're getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What?
What is it? You lost your train of thought too?
No.
Oh.
The movie,
Fate. Yeah.
It's the other one with the reverse rule he did with your girl.
Perfect Stranger? When he was crazy and that's how it be. Like, you portraying to be a cool, calm, and collected person.
But you crazy.
And you crazy, ready to slit my throat and everything else.
And then it just pops out. Like you get little glimpses here and there until like it really get bad. And then it's like, ooh, this is really who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
about that, just the whole dynamic of going to a relationship after divorce. Because I can honestly say, once I got out of the playing around and wanting to walk in my purpose, that's when I was like, okay, it's time to grow up, right? So, you always say that you didn't know I was gonna pick you. I already knew I was gonna pick you. It just had to come to a point to where I had to
do it,
grow up and do it. And it was so easy because people be saying how we know it's the right person, right? Especially now, because we only been really dating since January. So it's like people looking at it like, oh, y'all moving fast, right? But at the end of the day, the fact of I know this is right because everything that I did wrong dating is not this. And I waited and took my time with that, knowing that it was terrible and it wasn't gonna work out. But people always stretch things out when they know it ain't gonna work. Because
you're hoping that it will.
You're hoping that person changed in a potential of what it could be. But of course I'm gonna move fast with this because I see everything I need right there.
You finally got it right. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I feel like it feels like a rush, but honestly, I feel like all last year, we really did stretch that whole friendship.
Yeah, we took our time.
Segment. Because we could have jumped into something then, and I can't say that we would be where we are now if we did. And I think that was very important too.
Yeah,
because we took our time just being friends and really getting to know each other as friends and growing through the mess that we were in. And so now it's like, it just feels like we can get married tomorrow.
Nah, facts.
And I'll be fine with that.
Nah, facts.
Like, I would be okay. Because I know. We could. I would. I don't think there would be anything that would make me feel like I can't do it.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Right.
Like I'm free to. I'm not legally bound. I'm not legally bound to anyone, you know?
Right.
And I honestly feel like I wish that more people around us could understand that. I don't think there are enough words that we can say here on the mic to really get people to understand just how pure the love really is, how this absolutely feels right, and it's not like you being blinded by anything.
And how this was very difficult too.
Yeah. And how it did take a lot of work to get here. Because on the outside looking in, you looking at it as, oh, it's just been like a year and 7 months or 8 months, and you're like, that's not a lot of time.
Both of them divorces just got finalized. But at the same time, we on people that did it, so they're not gonna understand it. Because everybody else around us, like, not all of them in miserable situations, but a lot of them are because they was afraid to do what we did. Because it's not easy. This is very hard. Yeah. It's easy to stay in a situation, be miserable and do whatever you want to do. That's easy.
Because most people are doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like when I was staying and I wasn't necessarily happy anymore, it was more of like, oh, I'm going to just go hang out with my friends. Like trying to fill that void. Like, oh, I'm going to go out. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stay at work longer. I'm going to do all these things.
Yeah, you don't be wanting to go home.
And it was easier for me to do that.
Turn to a straight alcoholic.
Just to cope.
Yeah.
Those unhealthy coping mechanisms that don't work, because ultimately you still have to leave.
Yeah.
Because
that's the
it's
only
just
thing
not
that's
right. Yeah.
And people fail to realize when you leave, you will find something better.
Yes. It's God's promise to you.
Yeah.
You have to step out on faith. But you really have to step out on faith.
You have to.
When I left, I left with no plan B.
Mm-hmm.
I left with no money saved.
Yeah.
I left with nowhere to go. I just left.
Yeah, so did I.
On a whim one day. It was just like, I just have to go. And I just left.
I was sleeping on that mattress at my nanny house.
That's your favorite story to tell.
For real. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did come up quick. I did come up quick.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, it was just, you have that urge, and if you can just push the fear behind you and take the step, it's all you really have to do is take the step.
Yeah.
Once you take the step, he meets you.
Because at the end of the day, you know, after going through unsuccessful marriage, you know what you're looking for. And a lot of people be like, oh, well, why you moving fast? But at the end of the day, I know what I need. I know what I'm looking for.
And I can spot a red flag 2 miles away.
I just went through all the craziness. So of course I know what I'm looking for and what I need. So you can't sit here and think that I'm gonna make the same mistake again, because I already know what I'm looking for. And I already know what's not for me and what is for me. Now I may play around what's not for me for a little minute, but when I'm ready to be with somebody, I'm going to know.
And that's what you have to really take that chance, though.
Yeah.
And you can't let other people speak fear into you by saying, oh, you're jumping into something too fast. Because what's too fast if you got it right?
And at the end of the day, again, what people say that?
The people who never did it.
Speaking their fears into you. Yeah. Since they never do it, you can't do it neither.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure you don't do it.
Yep.
It don't work like that.
Yep.
That's what's wrong with the world. For real. Man, we got to get it together.
It's over.
It's over? It's done?
The world over.
You think so?
He said the world over.
Yeah. I think he's coming to wrap this up pretty soon. I think we've done way too much with our free will. Like way too much.
I think it's going to get worse than this.
You think so?
So there another day we got about 3 years left.
Yeah. Bryce,
You think that long?
We got about 3 years left.
About 3 years. I'm about to hit the 250-year mark. That's when most empires crumble. It's about that time.
Yeah. We messed this up pretty bad. Bad. Yeah. So if you're not right with God, get right with him.
For
the
real.
time is now. Because that time coming.
And then,
he about to wrap this clean up, because like it's ghetto. It's real ghetto out here, y'all.
Bad.
It's bad.
People really tore up.
Bad. Like bad.
They be wishing for you to fail.
How y'all feel about just basically seeing the potential in your partner and what you know they're capable of, if they're like not in the right headspace?
Oh, I can speak from a woman's standpoint with that. As a woman, when you see potential for your man, I think it's your job and your duty to encourage that and uplift that. I think for y'all, it's hard for y'all to reach your higher selves just because you don't feel like you can. And we can see things that y'all don't see.
I wouldn't say we don't feel like we can. Just the fact of we may not know exactly how to get to it. Especially with when you're dealing with certain women or a certain woman, that's how you make it the right way. Because, I mean, as men, we can make it, but we be sometimes need that extra push.
Or you just need to feel like it is possible and it can happen.
Or feel like you're doing it for a reason. I mean, just like motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't have motivation.
And when I look at it, women is like the backbone of life. You feel what I'm saying? So without y'all, what's up? You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like our role in a relationship, much less like a marriage or anything, is very important when it comes to that, because that's what we do. Yeah. We're here to speak life into you. We're here to encourage you, because if nobody else believes in you, if I believe in you, then you good, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're talking down on me, then I'm not good. Then I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to amount to nothing, because you sitting there saying that I ain't shit. So if you sitting there saying you don't got faith in me, why would I have faith in myself? Now, when I leave and then I do it, now I'm going to throw it in your face.
Good Bryce.
Yeah,
Bryce like, yeah. That's right on brand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm in my shit on.
You in your bag. You in your bag right now, huh? Yeah, make them feel it.
But that's just like this whole podcast thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't with you, probably wouldn't be doing it. I gotta say that because I know I'll be dealing with different emotions. Just the fact of me having the opposite sex on episodes and all that. Just certain things I talk about. Just me really being vulnerable with my words and what I be saying and not holding back. Like, it'll possibly be like, oh, you saying too much. Why you said this? Why you said, like, I'm just me.
Yeah.
And you love me for me.
There's beauty in that.
Yeah.
Like, I really get to show up here every day in this relationship, be myself. I don't have to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Yeah, I don't have to really give any effort into anything, really. I'm just myself and you love me for it. And that makes me feel free because it doesn't take any work. And not saying that I'm not working on like healing my own trauma or really like focusing on character development because I am. But when it comes down to being in a relationship, it just feels natural.
You ain't doing it for me. Yeah, you want to be better.
Yeah. Not
because of me. You want to be better. But people only want whoever they with to elevate to benefit them. But you your own person. You bigger than me. I'm just Darren. You had a life before me. So I can't sit here and try to run your life.
And I'll have a life after you
too. Yeah, exactly. And that's okay because that's life. People don't understand life.
No, it's really counting.
It is.
I mean, two people get together, y'all build to go forward and move up. So you don't want to move down.
Exactly.
In the sense that if you move down, but down is trying to go to heaven, right?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like, I know, like when you be going outside, you like to shake. That's what you do. That's what you do.
He just went way low.
If I'm out, no, for real. It's just about allowing
Don't tell
you.
these people what I like to do when I go outside.
Allowing you to be you. You gonna shake whether I'm there or not. And when I'm there, I'm like, huh. There you go. Shake, baby, shake.
Oh my God. See, y'all wonder why when he be serious, I be like, whatever.
For real.
Yeah.
And I love that for you.
I love this for you.
I love it for you.
Really?
My partner.
For life, huh?
Yeah. My girl. Why you smiling so hard, though?
No, why you smiling so hard?
I'm
you
happy.
been smiling
I'm
so
smiling
hard.
so hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm great. I'm at peace.
Really?
What? I love this for me.
I love this for me too.
I'm blessed.
You say it's messy.
I'm messy.
Because you are.
Man, wrap this episode.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, this lovely shit, man.
Let me close it out for you.
Yeah, close it out.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Weekly Podcast. Let's continue to remain open, honest, and vulnerable. I got it.
Damn,
she watches.
She watches.
And this is the Weekly Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.